This is Rovin Remax. Remax Crossroads First Realty 3. I'm Linda Montgomery, and I'm roving around North Texas, highlighting all the people, places, and things that make this a great place to live and invest in real estate. Our guest expert today is Matt Kern, Super Inspector. Matt, when you're doing an inspection and you're talking to a buyer, how do you explain the difference in a cosmetic issue and a mechanical issue?
Okay. Well, let's go to the mechanical issue first, okay? So obviously a mechanical issue or a breakdown or a defect in mechanical is a moving part electronically or manually, you understand?
Mm-hmm.
And so when that starts to break down, then you start to have other issues that cause it. So let's say like a light switch. A light switch turns a light on and off. That's pretty simple, right?
Mm-hmm.
Either it turns a light on or off. The light doesn't work, well, is it the bulb or is it the switch? But then, well, what if it's not the bulb or the switch, but it's something else? Could it be in the circuit or in the breaker? And so we're at the point where we're going to explain that this is what we found, what doesn't work, what was working, but we can't tell you that it was the breaker unless we find it tripped in the panel. But we can say something else needs to be looked at. That's where you're going to have to call in a professional. Cosmetics wise, we see that a lot, especially in doors and things like that, door trims, where there might be a latch that doesn't close properly or a hinge that is not set properly, and the door hits the striker and it's hitting the wood of the trim. Well, after a time, that's going to break and splinter and come apart. That's obviously a cosmetic issue. Or you have something on an appliance that's a cosmetic issue just because somebody used a certain type of cleaner. And we see this a lot on stainless steel, where people use the wrong type of cleaner and it's caused a cosmetic issue to that, right?
More common nowadays than it used to be.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, too.
And so that's the cosmetic. Oh, that's
Yes,
that's an excellent way to explain it. Well, at what point when you're doing an inspection do you find an issue that you should recommend or you feel you should recommend to the buyer that they get additional inspections, whether it's structural or conditioning, wiring?
Yeah.
How does that work?
Well, visibly, you're going to be able to see that. Then also in certain ways that we test certain things also, then we're going to be able to tell. And let's just say visible, so an air conditioning system, right? Well, sometimes we see cracks in heat exchangers, dead giveaway, right? There's not supposed to be cracks, and at some point it's going to start leaking, and it's going to cause problems, and it could obviously even asphyxiate people in their own home, right, on there if it gets too far out of hand. So obviously when we see the visible things, then the next step is to obviously call a professional, have them come out and do the proper testing on there too.
And don't you feel that by your doing that, you're actually explaining to the buyer, this is the first step.
First step.
This is the first step, and I want you to have all the information.
Yeah, we're being your eyes and ears out there, and we're stating, here's what we found. You need to take the next step after this point.
And I don't know whether you'd agree with this characterization or not, but to me, it's almost like you're the general practitioner, and now maybe we need to go to the orthopedist.
Yeah, we're going to send you to the specialist.
Good.
Yes, ma'am.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Well, of course, everyone should have his own inspector and consult his own real estate professional, but we appreciate this advice so much. Thank you, Matt.
Yes, thank you, Linda.